In the grip of winter's relentless cold, when the wind howls and the earth herself seems to freeze, the earth lodges stand as beacons of warmth and resilience. Beneath the icy grip of 40 below nights, the people of the plains and forests turn to ancient wisdom, sheltering not just their bodies, but their spirits, in structures crafted by hands that understood the land's deepest secrets. Before we begin, share where you're watching from. And if the wisdom of the old ones moves your heart, subscribe, for tomorrow's story will carry the teachings even further. The first breath of winter is always quiet, almost unnoticed. In the early mornings, when the sky glows soft with the first light of dawn, the air carries a crispness that signals the land's shift. The frost gathers on the grass, delicate and shimmering like the Spirit's blessings upon the earth. It is not yet the cruel bite of midwinter, but a reminder that the harshest cold is coming. The people feel it, the shift in the air. The wind brings with it the scent of snow, the promise of a season that will test every person, every family. The elders whisper of this change, for they know it well. They speak of the wisdom of the land, how the earth breathes differently in winter, slowing as the cold settles in. The land prepares, and so must the people. Children laugh as they play, their voices high with excitement. But even they know that soon they will no longer play in the open. The earth lodges, those ancient sanctuaries, will once again be home. Inside, the warmth of the hearth will protect them, the fire crackling through the long nights, while the storm rages outside. But for now, the people still gather under the sky, watching the shifting of seasons, feeling the ground beneath their feet change. Men and women move with purpose, preparing for the cold that will come. The hunt is essential now, for the food gathered in these last days of fall must last through the long winter. The game is hunted, skinned, and stored for the nights when snow will cover the ground so deeply that movement will be impossible. The trees are cut for firewood, each log carried back to the village to feed the hearths. The earth lodges are checked, the walls sturdy and strong, ready for the weight of snow. The doorways are lowered, a sign of respect to the earth. The roof is checked for gaps, the walls for cracks. The lodge must be perfect, for inside it will become the center of life. Inside the lodge, the women weave blankets, sewing furs together with delicate threads, and prepare food for the months ahead. There are no long journeys in winter, only the stillness of the land and the warmth of the lodge. The food is dried, herbs are gathered, and the last preparations are made. The fire inside the lodge is tended, prepared for the night. The hearth is built with stones, carefully stacked, a protective circle. The warmth will spread through the lodge, wrapping everyone in its embrace. As the days shorten, the first snow begins to fall. It is light at first, but it promises more to come. The wind blows, cold and fierce, but the people remain undisturbed. The earth lodges stand firm, ready to shelter the people. Inside, warmth will fill the hearts of those who gather, the spirits of the ancestors close as the land settles into its winter rest. The earth lodges rise from the earth itself, their structures a testament to the deep understanding the people have of the land. Unlike the hurried makeshift homes of settlers, the earth lodge is built slowly and with purpose, each piece of timber, stone, and earth carefully selected for its role. These lodges are more than just shelters. They are living embodiments of the relationship between the people and the land, crafted to endure the harshest winters. Each earth lodge begins with a carefully chosen site. The land is studied, and the best spot is selected, a place that is sheltered from the wind, where the earth is solid and strong. The entrance to the lodge is low, requiring those who enter to bow their heads, a symbolic gesture of humility and respect for the earth. The lodge is then dug into the ground, the earth becoming both the foundation and the protection. The walls are built from logs and packed earth, thick enough to keep the wind and cold at bay. The roof is a mound of earth, covered with grass and branches, creating a barrier against the cold that grows heavier as winter deepens. Inside the lodge, the air is different. It is warmer, more alive. The fire in the center is the heart of the lodge, its flames crackling and dancing as the people gather around it. The walls of the lodge, thick with earth and timber, trap the warmth, creating a space where the people can live and thrive through the long, dark months. The fire is tended constantly, fed with logs brought in from the surrounding forest, its warmth spreading outward, filling every corner of the lodge. The Earth Lodge is built for community. It is a place where families gather, where the stories of the ancestors are told, and where every member of the tribe plays a role in ensuring the warmth of the shelter. The hearthkeeper, a position of great respect, ensures that the fire is never allowed to die. They know the fire's rhythm, how to feed it, how to protect it, and how to share its warmth with others. The hearthkeeper's role is more than just practical, it is spiritual. The fire is seen as a gift from the spirit world, a connection to the ancestors, and the hearthkeeper ensures that it remains alive. The lodge is not just a place to escape the cold, it is a sacred space. The people sleep on mats made from animal skins, their heads resting near the fire. The warmth of the flames soothes their bodies and spirits. Children gather around their elders, listening to the stories that are passed down, stories of the land, the animals, and the spirits that walk among them. The lodge becomes a space where time slows, where the outside world is held at bay, and where the people can rest in the warmth of community and tradition. As the snow falls heavily outside, the Earth Lodge stands firm, a sanctuary from the storms. Inside, the fire continues to burn, its glow a reminder that no matter how cold the world outside may be, warmth and life persist within. The Earth Lodge is more than a shelter. It is a living entity, built from the spirit of the land itself. Every tree that provides the timber, every stone that strengthens the foundation, and every handful of earth that forms the walls carries the energy of the land. It is not merely an architectural design, but a spiritual connection between the people and the natural world. Those who enter the lodge are not only protected from the winter cold, but also enveloped in the land's quiet wisdom. The elders speak often of the spirit that dwells in the land. They say that the earth, the trees, and the animals are all alive with spirit. The people, in turn, must honor these spirits in their everyday lives. The Earth Lodge reflects this deep respect, its design an offering to the land. Every inch of the lodge is imbued with intention, from the placement of the hearth to the alignment of the entrance. The lodge faces the rising sun, a sacred gesture to invite the warmth and light of the new day. Inside the lodge, the warmth is not just physical. The fire that burns in the center is fed with the knowledge and care passed down through generations. It is the center of life, its flames dancing in rhythm with the pulse of the land. The smoke rises to the roof, where it escapes through small openings, carrying the prayers of the people into the sky. The fire is a living spirit of its own, its warmth connecting those gathered around it to their ancestors and the land they walk upon. The earth beneath the lodge, warm and solid, supports not only the structure, but the hearts of those who dwell within. The people understand that the land gives as much as it takes. The harvests, the game, the trees for shelter, and the earth's gifts of herbs and roots are all provided with a sacred purpose. The relationship between the people and the land is one of mutual respect. The land is not seen as a possession to be owned, but as a partner in survival, offering shelter in exchange for care and reverence. Each time the people enter the Earth Lodge, they bring with them the energy of the land they have nurtured. The sound of footsteps on the snow is a prayer to the earth, an acknowledgement of its gifts. As the lodge door opens, the warmth spills out, a beacon for those who seek shelter. The lodge holds within it the promise of survival, not just through the coming winter, but through the unbroken bond between the people and the land. The children learn early of this sacred relationship. Their elders teach them how to listen to the land, to hear the whispers of the wind, the rustling of the trees, and the call of the animals. These are not just sounds, they are the language of the earth, a language that speaks of survival, harmony, and the balance that must be maintained. When the children play in the snow, they do so with the understanding that every footprint they leave is a connection to the land, an offering to the spirits that watch over them. And so, the Earth Lodge stands as a sacred space, Not just a home, but a living testament to the spirit of the land, a place where survival and reverence are intertwined. Inside the Earth Lodge, the fire is more than a source of warmth. It is the beating heart of the lodge, a sacred flame that keeps the spirit of the people alive through the coldest nights. The fire sits in the center, surrounded by stones carefully arranged to create a protective circle. These stones are not just for warmth, they are placed with reverence, their shapes and sizes chosen with the knowledge that they will help maintain the fire's strength through the long winter. The hearth is the soul of the lodge. The smoke from the fire rises, swirling toward the roof where it escapes through small openings, disappearing into the night sky. The warmth spreads outward, filling the lodge and extending a sense of security and unity. The people gather around it, huddling close, sharing the heat and the light it provides. The fire brings them together, its warmth a reminder of their bond with the land, the ancestors, and each other. The fire is tended by the hearthkeeper, a role passed down through generations. The hearthkeeper is responsible for ensuring the fire remains strong, for feeding it with wood carefully gathered, and for watching over it, as one would watch over a family member. This task is sacred, a responsibility not taken lightly. The hearthkeeper's knowledge of the fire is profound. They know how to feed it, how to keep it burning through the night, and how to ensure it never falters. Each piece of wood is placed with purpose, understanding that the fire's strength lies in its care. The fire is the people's connection to their ancestors. The flames that flicker in the lodge are the same flames that burned in the lodges of those who came before. The stories told around the fire are echoes of those told by elders long past, their voices carried on the warmth of the flames. The fire brings the wisdom of the past into the present, reminding the people of their roots and the strength that has allowed them to endure through countless winters. As the fire crackles, the people gather close, their faces lit by its glow. The children listen to the elders' stories, their eyes wide with wonder. The elders speak of times when the land was young, when the spirits walked freely among the people, and when the fire was not just a symbol of warmth, but of protection. They speak of how the fire is a gift from the spirit world, given to the people to help them survive the harshness of winter. The fire is a living entity, a spirit that needs to be respected and cared for. The hearthkeeper whispers prayers to the fire, thanking it for its warmth and asking for its continued strength. The people join in, their voices rising in a soft hum of gratitude. The fire responds with a surge of heat, the flames dancing higher as if acknowledging the prayers. This ritual, simple yet profound, is repeated every night. Through the long winter nights, the fire burns steady and true, a light in the darkness, a protector from the cold. The people know that as long as the fire remains strong, they too will endure. The hearthkeeper is a revered position within the Earth Lodge, held by someone who understands the delicate balance between fire and warmth, life and death. It is more than just a duty. It is a sacred responsibility, entrusted to those who have learned the ways of the fire from the elders, who know its rhythms as well as they know the beat of their own hearts. The hearthkeeper is the guardian of the lodge's warmth, the one who ensures that the fire never dies, even during the longest, coldest nights. The hearthkeeper's task begins long before the first snow falls. As the people prepare their homes for winter, the hearthkeeper carefully gathers firewood, selecting the strongest logs, those that will burn hot and steady through the harshest storms. The logs are not just chosen for their size, but for their energy, for the warmth they carry, as if the wood itself holds the memory of summer's heat. The hearthkeeper understands that the fire is not merely a tool for survival, it is a spirit, one that requires care and respect to remain strong. Inside the lodge, the hearthkeeper tends to the fire constantly. They keep a careful watch over it, adding wood as needed, never letting it flicker out, never letting the warmth fade. The fire is the heart of the Earth Lodge, and it must be nourished. Each log is placed carefully, its position considered not just for practical reasons, but for spiritual ones as well. The fire is more than a source of heat. It is a living being, a connection to the ancestors, a guide through the darkness. The hearthkeeper's role extends beyond the physical act of tending the fire. They are also the keeper of the lodge's spiritual health, ensuring that the fire remains pure and strong. In the darkest days of winter, when the cold seems endless and the snow piles high, it is the hearthkeeper who whispers prayers to the fire, asking for its strength, its guidance. The fire, they know, is not just a flame but a spirit that watches over the people, providing not just warmth but protection. It is the hearthkeeper who ensures that the fire is tended with reverence, that it burns for the good of all, for the survival of the tribe. The hearthkeeper is also a teacher, passing down the knowledge of fire to the younger generations. Children watch as the hearthkeeper tends the fire, learning not just the physical tasks but the deeper lessons. The understanding of balance, of respect for the earth and its gifts, of the sacredness of life. The hearthkeeper teaches that the fire is not to be feared, but to be respected, nurtured, and understood. It is a force that gives life, but it can also take it if neglected. In the long winter nights, as the wind howls outside, the hearthkeeper's work becomes the lifeblood of the lodge. Their hands, worn from tending the fire, are steady and sure, ensuring that warmth continues to fill the lodge. As long as the fire burns brightly, the people know they are safe, protected by the steady care of the hearthkeeper and the spirit of the flame that will guide them through the coldest nights. The winter moon rises, cold and bright, casting its silver light across the snow-covered land. The night is still, as if the world is holding its breath in reverence for the power of the moon. Inside the earth lodges, the people feel its pull. It is a time of reflection, of quiet contemplation, as the long winter nights stretch before them. The fire crackles in the hearth, its warmth a comforting contrast to the chill that creeps outside. But the moon, with its ancient light, carries a different kind of warmth, one that stirs something deep within the hearts of the people. The elders say the winter moon holds special significance. It is a time to connect with the spirits, to honor the ancestors, and to seek guidance for the months ahead. The moon's light is not just a reflection of the sun, it is a bridge to the spiritual world, a reminder of the cycles that govern both the land and the people. As the snow falls silently around the earth lodges, the people gather in a circle, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the fire. They speak of the moon's power, of how it influences the tides, the plants, and even the animals. The winter moon is a time when the land's energy is at its lowest, but it is also a time for renewal, a quiet pause before the earth begins to awaken again in the spring. The fire in the lodge flickers, casting long shadows on the walls, but the people remain still, their thoughts turning inward. This is a time for quiet reflection, for listening to the whispers of the ancestors. The hearthkeeper ensures the fire remains strong, for it is through the fire that the people stay connected to the earth. As the cold wind howls outside, the warmth of the fire offers not just protection, but a sense of continuity, a reminder that the seasons will turn again, and the warmth of the sun will return. Outside, the night is alive with the call of owls and the rustle of animals moving through the snow. The winter moon casts its light on the animals, the trees, and the earth itself, illuminating the world in a way that feels both sacred and eternal. The people understand that the moon's light is not just a reflection of the past, but a guide for the future. It is a time to pause, to honor what has come before, and to prepare for what is yet to come. As the night deepens, the lodge grows, quiet, the crackling fire the only sound breaking the stillness. The people rest, their bodies warm and secure, but their spirits touched by the moon's light. They know that the winter will test them, but as long as they honor the land and the spirits, they will endure. The fire burns steadily, and the moon watches over them, a constant presence in the darkness. The Earth Lodge is not merely a shelter, it is a testament to the sacred relationship between the people and the land. Each material used in its construction is chosen with reverence, reflecting the deep understanding that the earth provides everything needed for survival. The people do not take from the land thoughtlessly. Every tree felled, every stone placed, and every handful of earth dug up carries with it the responsibility of stewardship. The Earth Lodge, like the people, is an embodiment of balance, a structure built not by force, but by careful, respectful collaboration with the land. The timber used for the frame is gathered from the surrounding forest, but only the strongest, most resilient trees are chosen. The people know that these trees have stood for many seasons, weathering storms, holding the earth in place, and now they will do the same for the people. When the trees are felled, prayers are offered, honoring the spirit of the tree, thanking it for its sacrifice. The wood is stripped carefully, the bark removed to prevent rot, and the logs are left to season. The people understand that the wood must be treated with care, just as they would treat their own bodies, for the lodge will only stand strong if the materials are tended properly. The earth used for the walls comes from the land itself, a mixture of clay and soil that is both sturdy and insulating. The people do not take this earth lightly. They gather it from a spot where it will not disturb the balance of the land, and as it is packed into the walls, it is done with the utmost care. The earth will hold the heat of the fire, keeping the people warm during the coldest nights. But it is also a symbol of the land's generosity, offering its strength and warmth to protect those who live upon it. The stone is gathered from nearby streams, shaped over countless years by water and time. The stones are not just practical, they are sacred. They are placed around the fire, forming a protective circle, ensuring that the fire stays contained and that its warmth is radiated throughout the lodge. The stones hold the memories of the earth, carrying the energy of the water that shaped them and the sun that warmed them. They are a reminder of the passage of time and the connection between the elements. The materials used to build the Earth Lodge are chosen not only for their practicality, but for their spiritual significance. The people understand that the land offers everything needed for survival, but it is not given freely. The land demands respect, and it requires that its gifts be used wisely. The Earth Lodge stands as a tribute to the land's generosity and to the people's responsibility to care for it. Each log, each stone, each handful of earth is a part of a greater whole, a structure that exists not just for shelter, but as a living, breathing part of the earth itself. The Earth Lodge stands as a living monument to the wisdom passed down through countless generations. Every detail, from the shape of the structure to the materials used, carries the teachings of the ancestors, who understood the land in ways that transcend time. The people know that the land is not just a resource but a teacher. The lodge itself is a lesson in patience, reverence, and survival, a reflection of the principles the ancestors held dear. The elders often speak of the stories told by the fire, stories that recount the trials and triumphs of those who lived before them. These stories are more than just history. They are teachings, imparting wisdom that guides the people through each season of, life. The ancestors, they say, knew how to live in harmony with the land, how to listen to its subtle whispers and respect its power. Their survival was not just a matter of physical strength, but of understanding the rhythm of nature, the cycles of the seasons, and the spirits that move through the world. The Earth Lodge itself is a reflection of these teachings. It is built with the knowledge that the land must be respected, that the earth will provide, but only if it is treated with care. The ancestors knew this well, and they taught their children to build shelters that would honor the land's gifts. The lodge, with its thick walls and low roof, is a tribute to the earth's strength and endurance. It is a structure that survives not through force but through balance, through the careful blending of materials that work together, as the people must work together with the land. The elders also teach that survival is not just a physical act, it is a spiritual one. The fire that burns in the Earth Lodge is more than just a source of warmth. It is a connection to the ancestors. The flames, they say, carry the spirits of those who have come before, their warmth a reminder of the guidance they offer. The hearthkeeper, entrusted with tending the fire, is seen as a spiritual guardian, ensuring that the fire remains steady and strong. This responsibility is not taken lightly, for it is through the fire that the ancestors' wisdom continues to guide the people. The lessons of the ancestors are also taught through the rituals of the Earth Lodge. Every night, before sleep, the people gather around the fire to give thanks for the day's blessings. They offer prayers to the spirits of the land, asking for protection and guidance. These prayers are not just words, they are a way of remembering the connection to the earth, to the ancestors, and to the cycles that govern life. The people know that by honoring the past, they honor the future. The Earth Lodge, in all its simplicity and strength, is a reminder that survival is not just about the present moment, but about the generations that have come before and the generations yet to come. It is a place where the wisdom of the ancestors is passed on, ensuring that the people continue to live in balance with the land. The storm comes swiftly, its arrival marked by the rising wind that stirs the trees and howls through the plains. The temperature drops as if the earth itself is exhaling a breath of ice. Snow begins to fall, light at first, then heavier, blanketing the world in a thick white silence. The earth lodges, standing firm in their connection to the land, are not disturbed by the growing storm. Inside, the fire crackles and pops, its warmth a steady comfort against the increasing fury outside. The people listen to the wind as it sweeps across the land, the sound of it filling the lodge with a sense of reverence. The storm is a reminder of the land's power, of its ability to shape the lives of those who live upon it. But the earth lodges, with their thick walls and strong roofs, stand unyielding. The wind may howl and the snow may fall, but inside there is warmth, safety, and protection. The fire burns steadily, a bright beacon in the midst of the storm's darkness. Outside, the storm rages, its winds sweeping across the plains, carrying with them the biting cold that threatens to consume anything caught in its path. But inside the lodge, there is calm. The people gather close to the fire, their faces illuminated by its glow. The sound of the storm, though loud and fierce, is muffled by the thick walls of the lodge, the warmth of the fire creating a barrier against the cold. The hearthkeeper watches over the fire, their eyes steady as they add wood to the flames. Each log is placed carefully, ensuring that the fire will continue to burn brightly throughout the night. The fire is a living thing, and the hearthkeeper tends to it as one would tend to a sacred spirit. As the storm howls outside, the hearthkeeper's role becomes even more important. The fire is not just a source of warmth, it is the heart of the lodge, the force that keeps the people connected to the earth and to the spirits. The children sit in quiet awe, their wide eyes reflecting the fire's light. The elders speak in hushed tones, sharing stories of storms past, of winters that tested the people's strength and resolve. They speak of the spirits that move through the land during the storm, how they are said to dance in the wind, bringing both challenge and renewal. The people listen with reverence, their hearts steady in the knowledge that the storm, though powerful, is just another part of the cycle that has always been. As the hours pass, the storm begins to subside, the wind's howls fading into the distance. The snow continues to fall, but its fury has lessened. Inside the earth lodge, the fire still burns brightly, its warmth a reminder that the people have weathered yet another storm. The sound of the wind, once so fierce, now seems distant, a whisper from the past. The people settle back, their spirits lifted, knowing that, as always, the storm has passed, and they have endured. As the final days of winter stretch before them, the earth lodges become more than just shelter. They are a sanctuary, a place where the people find not only warmth, but connection. The fire continues to burn in the hearth, its steady glow a reminder of the resilience of the earth and its people. Outside, the world remains frozen, the snow deep and unyielding, but inside, the warmth of the lodge fills the hearts of those who gather there. The circle around the fire grows tighter as the days grow colder. Families come together, sharing food, stories, and songs. The warmth of the fire wraps around them like a cloak, drawing them closer to each other. The fire, ever steady, continues to crackle and pop, its warmth spreading throughout the lodge. The people sit, in quiet companionship, each person's presence a thread in the tapestry of their shared life. The earth lodge is more than just a physical space, it is a symbol of the tribe's unity and strength. The walls that surround them are not just made of earth and timber, they are made of the bonds that tie the people together. The lodge is where the tribe's spirit is nurtured, where wisdom is passed from one generation to the next. It is where the ancestors live, their stories and teachings carried forward by those who remember them. As the fire continues to burn, the elders speak of the future, of the coming spring, and the renewal it brings. They remind the people that even in the harshest of winters, there is always the promise of warmth, of rebirth. The fire, they say, is a symbol of the cycles of life, a flame that burns brightly, then fades, only to rise again. Just as the fire in the lodge renews itself, so too do the people renew themselves with each passing season. The winter has been long, but the people know that spring will come, bringing with it new life, new growth, and new hope. The children listen closely, their eyes wide with wonder, as the elders speak of the seasons, of the animals, and of the land that sustains them. They learn that the earth is not just a place to live, but a living, breathing entity that provides everything they need. The lodge, like the land, is a gift, a shelter that holds them not just from the cold, but from the harshness of life itself. It is a place where they can come together as one, where the warmth of the fire and the closeness of the circle remind them of the strength they share. The fire burns on, its light flickering in the darkness. The people gather around it, their faces illuminated by its glow. The storm may rage outside, but inside there is warmth. Warmth from the fire, warmth from each other, and warmth from the knowledge that, as long as the earth lodges stand, they will always endure.